Good morning to you all, my dear students. Today we will discuss about YAS and occupational diseases and ABP program. ABP means Ayushman Bharat program. And the contents are initiatives, Health and Welfare Center, National Health Planning Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Rashtriya RSBY program, uses of PMJAY and ABP for rural and urban. So what is Ayushman Bharat? It is a program conceived by Government of India with two major initiatives in health sector. As part of Ayushman Bharat program in the central budget 2018-19 in the Parliament. The initiatives are Health and Wellness Center, National Health Protection Scheme, that's called as Health, HNWC and NHPS. Coming to the Health and Wellness Center, it is under National Health Policy 2017 identified health and wellness centers as the foundation of India's health system with budget of 1,200 crore rupees for this flagship program. Contributions from private sector through corporate social responsibility, that is called as CSR, and philanthropic institutions in adopting these centers. So not only government, but also private sectors also. 1.5 lakh centers will bring the healthcare services to close to the homes of people. So around 1.5 lakh centers are there. So what are the functions of these centers? Provide comprehensive healthcare, including non-communicable diseases and maternity and child health services. And provide essential drugs and diagnostic services. So not only services like comprehensive, but also drugs and diagnostics. Coming to the National Health Protection Scheme, the second flagship program under Ayushman Bharat program is National Health Protection Scheme, NHP, or also called as Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. The details are, till now, no healthcare insurance in rural and urban areas as per the National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO. So in rural, 85.9% without any health insurance and 82% in urban areas, households. So these are all households. To cover more than 10 crore people and vulnerable families. So around 10 crore poor families and also 50 crore beneficiaries in the families total. Providing up to 5 lakh rupees per family per year. For secondary and tertiary care hospitalization through a network of EHCP, that's called as empaneled healthcare providers for rupees 5 lakhs per family per year. So that is the benefit, and which is paperless and cashless. Directly it will be deposited. And for the 1,350 procedures of medical procedures or diagnostic procedures, and pre and post hospitalization like diagnosis, medicines, etc. So both pre-hospitalization and also post-hospitalization. Coming to the 2016 and 17, the RSBY, that is the Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. 2017-18, this was renamed as HPS, that is Health Protection Scheme. So RSBY is renamed as HPS, that is Health Protection Scheme. This amount from rupees 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakh increased. That means around 17 times, because it's increased to the households, but together in the family, maybe 4 to 5 members may be there in the family, and cover 40% of India's population, any borders and any states in India. So by EHCP, that is empaneled healthcare providers. Coming to the RSBY, that is called as HPS, targeted 59 crore families, enrolled 3.6 crore families. So they targeted 5.9 crore, 59 crore, but enrolled only 3.6 crore families out of 59 crore families. The amount of money released and utilized fell considerably, and also number of states dropped from 8 states only now. So a lot of states dropped down because of the payment problem. To enhance accessibility, quality education and healthcare. Now 24 medical colleges and hospitals will be established and upgrade existing district health in the country. So medical college and also district health also participating now for quality education and healthcare. 1 medical college for every 3 parliamentary constituencies and 1 government medical college per state in the country. More than 17% of Indian population spend 10% of household budget, HH, that is household budget, led to debts. A lot of debts will be there because of the payment from the household budget. 24% in rural households and more than 18% of urban households have borrowed money for healthcare expenses. So 24, almost 25% rural, around 18% urban households, they borrowed money for health care. 50 crore beneficiaries or 10.7 crore identified families to get the benefits. So totally the families are 10.7 crores and the beneficiaries are 50 crore to get these benefits from National Health Protection Scheme. There is no cap on age, any age, the person with any age, and also the family with any size or any pre-existing condition. No formal enrollment process, entitlement basis. So whether they're entitled to get the benefit or not, but there's no formality. The government also decided to allocate additional rupees 600 to provide nutritional support to all tuberculosis patients at the rate of rupees 500 per month. So rupees 60 crore provided, and also per patient 500 rupees per month for nutritional support for the duration of the tuberculosis treatment. While the NHP aims to double government spending from the existing 1.15% of the GDP, gross domestic product, to 2.5% by 2015. Coming to the budgetary allocation, it is rupees 52,800 crore for health in 2018-19. Was merely 5% higher than the revised estimate of rupees 50,079.6 crores in 2017-18. So only 5% increase from 50,000 crores to around 52 crores. As per SECC, that is Socio-Economic Caste Census 2011 data for both rural and urban, PMJAY and NHP target the poor, deprived rural families and identified, and as per occupational category also. There are 2 categories. One is socio-economic caste census, another is occupational category census. As per the socio-economic caste census, the beneficiary will be picked up, and also as per the occupational categories also will be picked up for the benefit to get for the households or family members. Also considered if featured in as per RSBY, Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, RSBY. It is estimated that to meet the objectives of the government, both the central and state together should increase the allocation towards health to rupees 8 lakh crore, up from the current 2 lakh crore by the year 2015. So almost it is 4 times from 2015 to around 2017. To achieve this, the central government health budget alone should increase at least 20% per year for the next 7 to 8 years. Increase in this year budget is only 5%. So it is very meager. Then what are the uses of PMJAY? Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. And this decreases the out-of-pocket hospitalization expenses from the PMJAY. And also, unmet needs will be fulfilled. So there are some needs will be there, but the needs are not met. So they will be fulfilled. Improve access of identified families to quality inpatient care and daycare surgeries. So both will be improved. Inpatient care and daycare surgeries. This Ayushman Bharat program for rural and for urban. The categories in rural and urban that will be covered under Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, PMJAY, the deprived household targeted who belong to one of the 6 deprivation criteria. So there is a criteria is there, like socioeconomic status and also occupational categories. D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 and D7. So D6 is not there here for rural. For rural, except D6, all are present. Only one room with kacha walls and kacha roof. That is D1. So like this, everything is identified as per the criteria. D1, only one room with kacha walls. D2, maybe two rooms and kacha walls with toilet facility. Like that, D3, D4, D5 and D7 will be having some criteria. Automatically included are all of these things. Coming to for urban areas. Usually for urban areas, occupational categories will be taken up to get the benefits, whereas rural areas mainly as per the socio-economic status. So as per socio-economic caste census 2011, the certain beneficiaries were automatically excluded. So certain groups are excluded from the benefits. National Program for Control and Treatment of Occupational Diseases, National Scheme for Control and Treatment of Occupational Disease, National Institute of Occupational Health, proposed research projects, ILO, World Health Organization Committee, supporting systems, occupational hazards, occupational diseases, occupational health with the aim. And also Occupational Health Committee recommendations for general health of workers and measures taken as per the recommendations. Acts for industrial and occupational works. There are certain legislative acts by government and also Supreme Court. Measures for prevention of occupational diseases. So what are the measures for prevention of the occupational diseases? So coming to the Government of India, it launched a scheme called National Scheme for Control and Treatment of Occupational Diseases. The nodal agency is the National Institute of Occupational Health, Ahmedabad, ICMR. The research projects proposed are prevention control, and treatment of silicosis. Usually, the silicosis disease occurs in the quartz and chalcedony industry. These are called as agate industries. So quartz is like a very hard rock. So from this rock material, the silicosis will occur after breaking up. Occupational health problems of tobacco harvesters and their prevention. So those who harvest the tobacco, they will have certain occupational health problems and involvement of lung and also other parts. And how to prevent them. Hazardous process and chemicals. The database generation should be done and documentation should be done, and also the information to be disseminated to the needy and also concerned departments. Capacity building to promote research, education and training at NIOD, National Institute of Occupational Diseases, and HRA, Health Risk Assessment and development of intervention program in cottage industries with high risk of silicosis. So health risk assessment and also interventions. So not only assessment but also interventions should be done in the industries like cottage for the silicosis. Prevention and control of occupational health hazards amongst salt workers in the remote desert areas of Gujarat and Western Rajasthan. So a lot of occupational health hazards are there for salt workers. So for those also, the intervention and also assessment and intervention should be done. Occupational health should aim at the promotion and maintenance of the highest degree of physical, mental, and social well-being of workers in all occupations. So that is the World Health Organization's aim. Aim at the promotion, maintenance of the well-being. The well-being not only physical but also mental and social, and to the highest degree level for all occupational workers. Then the prevention among workers of departures from health caused by their working conditions. Working conditions may cause the health departures, so you should prevent them. The promotion of workers in their employment from risks resulting from factors adverse to health. Certain risk factors are there in the employment, so they should be removed from the, so that promotion of workers in their employment will be there. The placing and maintenance of workers in an occupational environment adjusted to his physical and psychological equipment. So both placing of an employee, maintenance of an employee in the occupational environment so that he adjusts to the physical and psychological equipment, or the adaptation of work to man and of each man to his job. So a man should adopt, or adaptation of work to man. The work should be adapted to the man, and also the man should adapt to his job, or to each man to his each job. Occupational health is supported by and control of the occupational diseases by certain supporting systems. So what are the supporting systems for occupational health? Industrial hygiene, human engineering, ergonomics, safe occupational environment, occupational factors. Coming to the industrial hygiene, occupational health in relation to the production, services, business, trading, agriculture, forestry, etc. So these industrial hygiene deal with production of the material, services of the people, and also business and trading of the partners, and also agriculture and forestry by the people. Human engineering, occupational health in agriculture and ergonomics. So the engineering aspects will be there, ergonomic chairs, ergonomic and tables and also ergonomic equipment so that the full capacities of worker will be utilized, not only in agriculture but also in industry. Ergonomics, fitting the job to the worker. So the job should fit to the worker. That's called as ergonomic. Safe occupational environment on prevailing conditions. Man and physical, chemical and biological. So how safe? That includes physical, chemical, biological, man and machine, man and man. So with other people, with the machine and also surrounding physical, chemical, biological environment. Occupational factors, housing, water, sewage, waste disposal, nutrition and education. So these are all occupational factors. Good housing, safe drinking water supply, sewage disposal, waste disposal, good nutrition, balanced diet and quality education. All these are very important. Coming to the occupational hazards. There are mainly 5 types of occupational hazards. Physical, chemical, biological, mechanical, psychosocial hazards. Physical, we know, surroundings, structures and also equipment. Chemical hazards, the solutions or reagents or chemicals or gases, dust, so and so. Biological hazards may be like living, maybe other insects, virus, bacteria, and other things. Mechanical hazards, mechanically working machines will be there, and also hazards will be there. Psychosocial, with other people. How nicely one worker have the capacity to adjust with others, especially to get the things done, to get the job done. Coming to the diseases. Diseases due to physical agents. Diseases due to chemical agents. Diseases due to biological agents. Occupational cancers. Occupational dermatitis. Diseases of psychological origin. All these are diseases caused by hazards or the agents. Coming to the measures for general health protection of workers. It is a subject of discussion by an ILO, International Labour Organization, and World Health Organization Committee in occupational health. So aim of occupational health is, it is the promotion and maintenance of the highest degree of physical, mental, social well-being of workers in all occupations. So the committee recommendations are for nutrition maintenance, so that no malnutrition and so that the worker will work with full capacities without sickness. Then communicable diseases. The communicable disease control is very important so that the people will be hale and healthy and without any sickness and without any admissions into the hospital, and also their productivity will be lost, or their very important, the hours of working will be lost. Environmental sanitation. So sanitation should be maintained, not only dust and also arrangement of the articles and also good lining, everything. Then mental health. Mental health is also very important, so that he can mix with the people, he can get the things done, he can do the job satisfactorily, and also job satisfaction also will be there without any stress and strain. Measures for women and children. So these are vulnerable people, and children less than 14 years should not work. Women with pregnancy and other ailments should not work for such certain period as per the beneficiary acts. Health education should be given for every job, and also general awareness of health. Family planning also very important, so that the family will be healthy. Measures for general health protection of workers. The committee recommendations are, if no malnutrition, or if the malnutrition is there, low output would be there. And the Indian Factories Act For every 250 workers, one canteen should be present in the industrial site. Communicable disease control, early diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation from infectious to non-infectious. So that all these early diagnosis, treatment, rehabilitation make the infectious to non-infectious. Like infectious diseases like tuberculosis, sexually transmitted diseases, malaria, typhoid fever, viral hepatitis, amoeba, etc. Environmental sanitation prevents spread of communicable disease by water, food and toilet, and general plant cleanliness. Waterborne diseases, foodborne problems, toilet-related hygienic conditions, unhygienic conditions, general plant cleanliness, so that good ventilation and green belt should be there with plantation. Paint every 3 yearly all the factories of the painting walls, and wash all the areas 6 monthly once, and 500 cubic space per worker should be available in the factory. And floor and cubic space lighting should be adequate so that no eye fatigue and no permanent loss of vision will be there if the lighting is proper. 6 to 12 foot candles for regular work like office work or routine industrial work, regular work. For intensive work like watchmaking, it should be 50 to 75 candles. So 6 to 12 normal, intensive is 50 to 75 foot candles. The illumination. So coming to the environmental sanitation, continue the same thing. Lighting, eye fatigue, permanent loss of vision, and corridor illumination is 0.5 foot candles, corridors, so that no work, no normal work or no intensive work will be there. So for walking only, corridor illumination 0.5 foot candles. Adequate ventilation and temperature, so that fresh air circulation will be there, increases the job efficiency and non-infectious of the environment. Coming to the protection against hazards, environmental control designs not to expose dust, fumes, gases, other toxic hazards. So control designs itself, they will take care not to expose to these hazards. Coming to the housing, housing should be as per the town planning and zoning with essential community amenities. And also social and sanitary facilities. All this should be as per the town planning and zoning. Coming to the mental health, to detect, relief, treatment, and rehabilitation of mental illnesses. Usually they will be caused by stress and strain, and the problems will be by rejection, recognition, job satisfaction, rewards, and discipline. So they may be rejected, they may not be recognized, job satisfaction may not be there, rewards may not be there, undue discipline and strict discipline without any leisure. Measures for women and children. Usually, fetus will be affected by methyl mercury poisoning, and usually development will be stopped, and infant mortality rates will be increased, and women workers also may be affected. Coming to the committee recommendations as per the acts. Government of India, GOI, notified the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act in 2017 in March, enforced by April 2017. So certain types of protection will be there for the mothers' maternity benefit. Expectant mothers, 28 weeks maternity leave. So they are eligible to get 28 weeks of maternity leave. 8 weeks precedes expected date of delivery. They can take 8 weeks before itself, expected date of delivery. They can extend up to total 28 weeks. Cash payment under ESI 1948 After 2 children, only 12 weeks, not 28 weeks. So out of 12 weeks, 6 weeks pre-delivery and 6 weeks post-delivery. In that way, they can make a gap. Coming to the night duty, there is no night duty from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Factory Act Section 66 and Krichi. Krichi should be there for the infants and also younger babies if more than 50 women workers are present in the industry. No heavyweights. Section 34. The heavyweight should not be taken out by any employee, usually more than 15 to 20 kilo, only 10 kg and less. And also, children less than 14 years of age should not work. They are prohibited. The company will be duly punished for that as per the acts. Coming to the ESI, there is the Employees State Insurance. Health primordial measures all levels of staff contents. Hygiene and protection, community participation in planning and operation of healthcare services program. So health primordial measures at the level of the planning itself and also during operation itself. Family planning for quality of life and small family norm. Measures for prevention of occupational disease. Small family norm means here 2 children or less than 2 children. That is small family norm. Now 2 children. Measures for prevention of occupational diseases. There are 3 measures are there: medical, engineering, legislation. Medical measures. Pre-placement examination. For that, history will be taken. Physical examination will be done. Biological examination of specimens will be done. Chest X-ray examination will be done. So that all the examination results will be cumulatively analyzed and also come to the point that what is the problem? Is there any problem? If there is no problem, the right man in right job will be there. No risky occupations for employees suffering from certain diseases. Coming to the medical measures, hazard and undesirable conditions. What is the hazard? What are the undesirable conditions? Lead hazard is there. Usually peptic ulcer disease may be there. Anemia, hemoglobin will be decreased. Hypertension increases. Nephrons will be infected, or nephritis, kidney problem will be there. And gastric problem will be there. That is peptic ulcer disease. Coming to the dyes hazard, it may cause asthma, skin problem, bladder and kidney disease will be occurring. Precancerous lesions also will be there with the dyes. Solvents, they will cause usually chronic kidney disease, liver disease, dermatitis, alcoholism. So solvents also cause alcoholism. Silica, healed or active tuberculosis of lung. Chronic lung disease will be there. So silica causes chronic lung disease, and the tuberculosis may be healed or active. Radium and X-rays, signs of ill health. So these are the blood diseases, maybe leukemia or any other cancers. Diseases develop after some time. So usually pre-employment medical examination is the individual is everything is okay with him, or some other problem is there. Maybe eye problem, ear problem, and lung problem, and any other chronic diseases. Pre-employment medical examination at the time of employment. And the diseases develop after some time. There is periodical medical examination. Is there any exposure to physical, chemical, or toxic dust? So in small scale industries and mines, those engaged in construction and agricultural work in the developing countries. Periodical examination, just now I told you, during employment work, certain workers will be exposed to the toxic and poisonous substances, and the frequency and the contents of examination depends on type of occupational exposure. What type of occupational exposure for periodical examination? Suppose if it is lead is there, toxic dyes are there, radium is there. So every month, the persons who are working in those areas, they should be examined. For irritant chemicals to dichromate, it should be examined, daily examinations by biological and radiological tests. So daily examination of workers in the chemicals involving dichromates, and also monthly examinations will be done for the workers working with lead and toxic dyes and radium. They should be done. Practical and particular care to assess the nature and degree of any disability. So depending on the disability, care should be given to assess the suitability or otherwise of returning to the same job. Suppose with disability, can he work in the same mechanical job or only just a sitting security job? Something like that. The suitability of the worker condition or the affected by disability. Medical and healthcare services. Basic function of medical and healthcare services to attend to occupational diseases. ESI, Employees State Insurance, provides for worker and family medical care and first aid and immunization. So medical care, first aid, immunization will be provided to the workers and working workers' family members by ESI. So these are the benefits. Then notification of any disease should be notified. The diseases are recognized internationally for workmen's compensation. There are certain diseases out there. Compensation should be given to the workers by the disease, for the disease, by notification of disease. National laws and regulations are there. One is Factories Act 1976. A list of 22 diseases are there for workmen's compensation. And Dock Labor Act 1948, list of 8 diseases are there for workmen's compensation. Mines Act, there are 3 diseases for workmen's compensation. Compensation benefit. So 22, 8 and 3 diseases for National Factories Act, Dock Labor Act, Mines Act. Require the notification of cases and suspected cases of occupational disease. So not only notified cases, suppose if any suspect case also there, occupational disease, for that also the compensation will be given. So what is the purpose of this notification and compensation? To initiate the measures for prevention, protection, and ensuring effective application, prevention, protection, and application. To investigate the working conditions and other circumstances which have caused or suspected to have caused occupational disease. So the circumstances, condition should be investigated for the disease. Supervision of working environment for the prevention of this occupational disabilities. Supervision should be there. Visits for working environment are temperature, lighting, ventilation, humidity, noise, cubic space, air pollution, sanitation. So humidity also not less than 30, not more than 60. And noise not more than 85 decibels of sound. And temperatures also, the human bearing temperature should be there. So like not more than 37 degrees or 38 degrees, not less than 34 degrees centigrade. General temperatures. Maintenance and analysis of records. Proper records for the planning, development, and efficient operations of an occupational health service. Planning is there, that should be developed, and that should be operated, the occupational health service. Workers' health records should be maintained, and occupational disability records should be maintained, and they should be compiled and reviewed to assess the hazards inherent in certain types of work and for interventions. So what are the hazards are there in the working environment, and what are the interventions that can be applied for the hazards, so that hazards will be limited and diseases will be, so that disease also, occupational disease also will be limited. Health education and counseling. Before the worker enters the factory, as per the risks and the PPE to be used, training should be given, masks, gloves, hygiene practices, personal hygiene, hand washing, and paring of the nails, cleanliness of the body and clothes. Remind frequently about the dangers of the factory through media, for example, charts, posters, handbills. The purpose of health education is to assist the worker in the process of involvement of adjustment to the working place, home, and community. Coming to the engineering measures, the second measures. Design of the building plan of occupational diseases in the blueprint stage by industrial architect, so that occupational diseases will be limited by the design of the building plan. Good housekeeping, general ventilation, cleanliness, lighting, washing, food arrangement, and general maintenance for control and examination of occupational hazards. So for that, whitewash should be done yearly for the walls. Use vacuum cleaners or wetting agents to clear the dust. Initially vacuum cleaners, later wetting agents for the dust. Then use masks, gloves, and aprons clean. They should be kept clean. Right thing in right place to prevent accidents. Coming to the engineering measures, the third point, general ventilation. Ventilating openings with continued supply of fresh air, 5 square feet for each worker in such room. And each worker needs 500 cubic feet. And efficient exhaust ventilation system for dusty space, so that they will suck the dust. Good general ventilation decrease the airborne hazards. General ventilation, airborne hazards won't be there. Mechanization should be there instead of hand operations, like assets. Substitution, replacement of more dangerous, replace the more dangerous to the less dangerous or less harmful one, less toxicity one. Instead of white phosphorus, replaced by sequis sulfide in the match industry. So white phosphorus is very dangerous, usually causes necrosis of jaw. So phossy jaw it is called as. So by adding sulfide in the match industry, that will be reduced. Replace lead paints with zinc or iron paints. Don't use lead, use zinc and iron. And don't use mercury salts, but use silver salts. Don't use benzene, but use acetone. Dusts can be controlled at the point of origin by water sprays. Wet drilling of rock. So if you drill the rock with wet drilling, it won't be, the dust won't be spread. And sieving and mixing and add moisture and grinding. So while mixing and sieving, use the moisture while grinding. Coming to the enclosure. Enclosing the harmful substances and processes will prevent the escape of dust and fumes into the factory atmosphere. Enclose the grinding machinery with exhaust ventilation. There is no escape of the dust. Isolation. Isolate the persons or processes. To isolate the offensive process in a separate building, the process should be isolated so that workers not exposed, not only in space, but also for fourth dimension in time, the isolation. Local exhaust ventilation. By providing local exhaust ventilation, there will be a hood will be there, suction will be there. Through the suction, through the ducts and also collecting units, the dust will be separately thrown out without causing exposure to the persons at source. Protective devices. Correct use of protective devices should be trained and also they should practice it. Respirators and gas masks to protect airborne contaminants. Respirators and gas masks protect the airborne contaminants. There are two types. One is contaminant removing air respirators. Another is fresh air supplying air respirators. Other protective devices like earplugs, earmuffs, helmets, safety shoes, aprons, gloves, gumboots, barrier creams, screens, and goggles. Environmental monitoring, periodical environmental survey, sampling the factory atmosphere. So how many dusty environment, how much dusty environment is there, how many gases or varying gases are there in the permissible concentration, that's called as permissible exposure limits, and jointly by doctors and engineers in the industry. They should investigate it, monitor it, like thermal, ventilation, and lighting. Statistical monitoring. Review at regular intervals of collected data on health and environment, exposure of occupational groups, and also research, pure research, and also research on PEL, and also manufactured product. Legislations, Factories Act and ESI Act, 1948. Burden of occupational disease. The impacts on productivity and health and safety, improve quality health services by allocating resources like infrastructure, technology, and manpower development. Who resolves? Every citizen in the world has a right to a healthy and safe work environment to enable socially and environmentally productive life. So productive life is the every citizen's right. Indian Constitution, Article 24. No worker should be less than 14 years, above 14 years only. Article 39, no abuse of vulnerable workers like women and children and old age. To implement various legislations properly to protect workers and provide social security. The acts are Minimum Wages Act, the Dangerous Machine Regulation Act, the Plantation Labor Act, and main related acts are legislation, female workers, the Factories Act, ESI regulation, the Mines Act, the Maternity Benefit Act, the BD and Cigar Workers Act, the Contract Act, Equal Remuneration Act, the Workers' Welfare Fund Act, the Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Services. This is very important in relation to coronavirus, because migrant workers, they will roam here and there, and also they cross the borders without intimation of the officials. That will make a epidemic later pandemic. Chronic contagious non-venereal disease caused by Treponema pertussis in early childhood, that's called as YAS. In early childhood by Treponema pertussis. And certain geographical distributions will be there, especially poor communities in Africa and certain parts of India, and WHO eradication strategy is there for this. What is the WHO eradication program for YAS eradication program, YEP? For neglected tropical diseases, NTDs, have at least 2020 target for the eradication of YAS from the remaining countries. Since January 2012, when the WHO roadmap of NTDs was set, and an article in the Lancet, efficacy of single dose of azithromycin in the treatment of YAS was published, WHO has taken steps to move the renewed eradication efforts by developing a new eradication strategy. So old eradication, new eradication. Single dose of treatment with erythromycin. These are two trials. One is the community treatment, another is the trial targeted treatment. The community treatment, TCT, treatment of the endemic community irrespective of the active clinical cases, whether active or passive or asymptomatic. The trial targeted treatment of all active clinical cases and their contacts. So that is active and others. This is active and contact cases. That is households, schools, and playmates. YAS eradication program. As a first step in employment, 7 countries were selected for the pilot treatment campaigns, the new eradication strategy. 2012, it was implemented in Betu and Erila districts of Congo country. Implementation was carried out in Ghana, Papua New Guinea, and Vanuatu, achieving a coverage of more than 90%. In 2014, Cameroon, Indonesia, Solomon Islands are to implement mass treatment activities. So new eradication strategy, mass treatment activities. Evaluation should be done by serological studies to know the control of YAS. If no antibodies are there among children, born since the mass campaign was completed, then it is successful. If any antibodies is there, still the disease will be there. Sample tested is 1% to 2%. So This is all about the ABP and National Occupational Disease and also AS eradication program. If you have any doubt, you can clear. Question, sir. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Internal exam, huh? ఇప్పుడు 6 ఆల్రెడీ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎగ్జామ్ అయిపోయింది కదా, తీరే అయిపోయింది కదా. సో ఎలా చెప్తారు, అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తారు. హలో, the examinations will be announced sooner or later. Okay, we'll inform you, don't worry. Any other doubts from any other student? Any questions from any students?
Original 147, 147,
Very nice. Very nice. Surely 10% absent. No response, sir. No response left. Okay, thank you. Meet again in next class.